So the very last of the light is fading on the shortest day of the year of 2024. It's the winter solstice, so from here on in it's reassuring to know that it's going to start to gradually get lighter. Obviously we've still got a way to go yet for winter. The coldest months yet to go. I'm just going to step into my van so you can see me a little bit better. The coldest months to go yet, January and February. We know they're tough months, but it will be getting lighter from here on in, which for me is so important. I find these dark days very, very difficult, so it's really good to know that it's going to get lighter, and we're not going to notice it initially. It's going to take a good few weeks, kind of into the beginning of next year, before we really start to notice it getting noticeably lighter. But it's good to know that it will be slowly happening. And I've been reflecting on the fact that this is very similar to when we've been in a dark place ourselves. We often don't know at the time when the turning point comes. It's only when we look back that we realise that a certain point was the time when things started to get better. And I think this is really important to remember, because it can be easy to feel downhearted because we don't see things improving. We are engaging in practices to help us to improve our well-being, but it takes time for those practices to start to have an effect. They start to have an effect like straight away, but not perceptibly to us. So I think, in the similar way that we don't notice initially when it starts to get lighter after the solstice, we often don't notice initially when things in our lives start to improve. And the other thing that the solstice has been making me reflect on is the cyclical nature of our lives. The West, modern life, has a tendency to view things as linear, I think, and that's not how our lives are. They are secular, just like the cycle of the year. We're now at the darkest point. We will come around again to the lightest point at the summer solstice. Our lives are also cyclical in the same way. We go through good times, we go through bad times, and they both pass. And that is the nature of being human. And I think we have kind of maybe forgotten that a little bit. because we don't live with the seasons anymore, we're expected to live in the same way throughout the year, to work as hard throughout the year. We eat the same foods often throughout the year. I think it's easy to lose sight of the fact that our life goes in cycles, and if you are experiencing a difficult time right now, it will pass, just as the good times will pass as well. And you'll maybe head down into darker times again once more. I feel like I right now am on an up cycle. I've had a very low period of my life that has been gradually improving over the last couple of years, I would say. I have slowly been coming out of my solstice, and it was imperceptible at first, and it is, as I said, only now that I'm looking back over the last few years, I recognise that things have been slowly improving for me over the last couple of years, and that's really, I feel, starting to gain momentum in the last few months. And it's, you know, it's felt like a long time a lot of the time when I've been low. It's felt like things weren't improving, that I was just continually struggling and feeling overwhelmed and like things weren't going to get better. But imperceptibly they have got better, and now I really feel like, for now, hopefully, I don't like to jinx things, things are on an upward cycle. And I'm just reflecting on the fact that it's really important to maintain that attitude of just keeping going, putting one foot in front of the other, and trusting, having faith that if you put the work in, that if you continue your practices, that things will get better, that things will improve. And that takes a lot of kindness and compassion towards yourself. And it also takes self-discipline, what we call in yoga tapas, continuing to make that effort, continuing with your practices, but doing so in a way and at a pace that is sustainable. And then you will get there, wherever there is. Because once you get there, things will change. And as I say, things are always changing. The only thing we can guarantee is change. And I'm on an upward cycle at the moment. I'm under no illusion that I won't have dark periods in my life again. You know, that things will happen that will challenge me, that I will find difficult, and it will cycle round again. It's a continuous cycle. So yeah, that's what I wanted to reflect on today. And I just wanted to say, like, if you are out there and you're struggling, keep going. Take one day at a time, one moment at a time, and have faith, have trust that the cycle is continuing, and you will soon, maybe you are already and you don't even realise it, you will soon be onto the upwards part of the cycle. So yeah, talking of which, you guess what I'm out here doing? Bloody insulation, of course, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. I am very, very, very close to finishing the insulation. I've managed also to get in, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, let's see, up there on the ceiling is where my internet antenna lead is coming through. Managed to get that on the roof the other day, which means I can now finish the insulation and get onto the build. So we're going forwards, we're going up. Yeah, just a little bit left to do. So yeah, happy solstice everyone, and a lot of love to you all. Take care.